Hey guys, welcome back once again to another video with your man of fire himself, Half Pint. Here in this video, we have another discussion with a YouTuber, DevilNeverCry, where we talk about his motives and how this can influence the game coming forward, maybe what they're going to do with marketing, and also when the game comes out. We also talk a little bit about Vergil, so be sure to stick until the end for some stuff like that, and our final thoughts, of course. So, as per usual, be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already for some reason, and always leave a comment down below so I can hear your guys' opinions on the matter. Without further ado, let's get into the discussion. So, V. Now, personally, I don't have too many theories over V. However, the Discord we've been in, and we've invited people to, there's a lot of theories going around with V. I gotta say, before we go too far into this, what is your main angle on V? What do you think about him overall?
If I'm being honest, I sort of think he's just going to be an Arkham 2.0. I think he clearly knows more than he lets on, and he has other intentions. But it's kind of difficult considering, like, we haven't really seen much, but he gives off an evil vibe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that, and a lot of fans have pointed that out too, but it's kind of tricky because he's kind of this guy that when he talks in conversation, as we saw from him talking to Dante inside the shop from the Japanese cutscene, he talks as if he's levitating above you, you know, like he's greater than you almost. But maybe that's what's showing off to people that, hey, he's not letting all the information go. Maybe it's just because he thinks he's just above everyone the way he talks. It can give that vibe off. But also from the leaks, without going into too many details, just watching that, a lot of people have also gotten the fact that, hey, he might be evil. But me personally, I don't think he's evil. I'm kind of hoping not, because if he is evil, it feels like it's a train I saw coming from a mile away because the lights were a little bit too bright. So I'm hoping that if they're going to at least go with that angle, be a little more creative with it. You know, I guess the way they did with Trish was fairly interesting for 2001, but
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't mind him just, hey, maybe Dante thinks he's evil, and the whole game, people are anticipating the dark twist where he becomes evil, but it turns out he never is evil. He's just a sarky douche like Tony Stark.
Yeah. I mean, that would be, so, you know, that's sort of subverting our expectations. And if they go for that route, then, you know, I'd be happy with that, to be honest. I mean, it's interesting because I guess their whole design philosophy for him was like they wanted somebody more refined compared to like Nero and Dante's sort of rough nature. So maybe, again, going with the whole evil angle here, maybe he's, because looking at that that cutscene that we got after the Angelo boss fight, he seemed sort of goofy just with the way he fell, and he was just flying after Dante. I'm sort of expecting that to be some sort of act, and you know, we get that heel turn somewhere near the end.
That makes sense. I can still see that angle. It's something that a lot of people have been talking about, and there's other theories out there too. Like, you know, without getting too far in the leak, it's kind of hard to talk about them. But there is some very peculiar stuff going on with him and his origin story, mostly because with the music videos that have been releasing Easter eggs about, almost like poetry about him. It's weird. And the biggest one, like the only line that I have remember because it's stuck in my head so much, is the fact that he is quote unquote only 2 days old. And I guess there's a lot of different meanings behind that. I mean, is there anything else you really think V has going for him?
I'm not sure. I mean, he was quoting I believe William Blake at the end of Dante's TGS trailer. I mean, William Blake, not getting too much into the leak. There's obviously more ties to William Blake. So I mean, I guess you could people can kind of see where like they'd make that like villain connection. I'm not sure, but
Right, yeah, that definitely makes... It's odd. It's really odd. Like, the more I see this character, the more I want to know, but it's the way they've been sparse with the details. I have my concerns, but I have no doubt that they will show off a trailer exclusively for V the way they have for Nero and Dante. This is something I've been saying before we saw the Dante trailer. I said, hey, as soon as they show off Dante, they're going to have a snippet of V at the very end, and they're going to tease when the next time they're going to show off V. Now, they didn't say there's a tease for V coming up, but I still think there is one coming soon, no doubt, before the launch of the game. We'll get some more details on V, and knowing the way that Capcom's been advertising, I don't think they'll leak too much. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the way they're handling him compared to the other characters, it's very interesting. Like, they don't want to give away like too much. They don't want to give anything away at all. Like,
Right.
they showed the cover art, and even the cover art has him, like, obviously when you have the three protagonists like walking away, like they didn't want to mention like or show his face or anything, you know. So maybe he has a bigger impact than everybody thinks. Who knows?
Or maybe he's just a guy that's easily sidetracked. Oh, hey, look, there's a bird over there. I don't think so, but I mean, I guess anything's possible at this point. So, the next topic I kind of want to touch upon a little bit. Well, actually, before we get into that. So, one more thing we should talk about, kind of, I guess this isn't really relating to V, but how about that other V character, Vergil?
Cool.
There's a lot of ideas going on with him, because quite frankly we don't know what's going on with Vergil. We've seen that leak about him, we saw that first tease within the E3 trailer.
Yeah.
What's going on with Vergil?
Well, no doubt Virgil's back in some form or another. I mean, like, just like even disregarding the leaks, even in the reveal trailer, we could, like, you had fans, you know, freeze frame, going frame by frame, and, you know, looking under that cloak, and it's clearly Vergil in some sort of corrupted form. And he takes Nero's arm, he takes the Yamato, probably, you know, no doubt. What for? We don't know. But again, I'm just hoping that they don't sort of sidetrack Vergil. I hope that he has like a place in the story, like a prominent place.
Right. It sounds like we're finally going to get more of Vergil instead of just Devil May Cry 4. It looks like it's going to be more of a Devil May Cry 3 where Virgil's going to be playing a big role in the game. Well, I mean, I would hope he would play a big role. He ripped off Nero's arm. Like,
Yeah.
best dad of the year over here. But it's, it is kind of odd, the angle they're taking with Vergil, because there's already theories of that popping up. Of course, everything has a theory at this point because, you know, Capcom's not letting on to everything, but, you know, that's a good thing. You know, they shouldn't really do that right away. That way we can speculate a little bit before the game comes out. We don't want to know about the game, the whole game, before the game comes out. Leakers. But, yeah, so one other thing I've been hearing about Vergil was, hey, what if he's helping Dante by taking Yamato? Or what if he's working for Verizon? What if he's just finding his own motives, maybe to keep himself alive? Because last time we saw him, he was a thrall known as Nilo Angelo.
Yeah, I mean, especially now that we've got that whole cutscene with Trish and her being in the Angelo, and we know that Dante's been sort of sleeping or out of it, as he puts it, for a while. People have been speculating that it's Vergil that comes to Dante's rescue just before Mission 11, which in turn then allows Dante to go and rescue Trish.
Very true. Guys, thank you very much for watching once again. It has been an absolute honor being able to talk to another community member of the Devil May Cry community, and hopefully we can continue to bring them together. This was another podcast or discussion little session that we had with DevilNeverCry. Hopefully we can have him back on the show at some given time in the future. Maybe even talking with more people in the podcast. Be sure to go check out his channel one more time. You can find his link to his channel in the description box below. There should also be an eye icon in the top right hand corner that you can pick as well. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for having me.